Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you're thinking of starting a business in Alabama, it's best to have it registered as an LLC. We'll teach you exactly how to do that in this video using Northwest Registered Agent. Check out the link in the description below to file your LLC for just $39 using Northwest Registered Agent. Let's get started. Okay, so once you click on the link on the description, it'll take you to this landing page where you can start creating your LLC in Alabama. So all you have to do is click on Get Started. And then it'll take you to the form where you can input all the necessary information to start your LLC. It'll ask you what type of business you'd like to start. Obviously, we're going to start an LLC. And then it'll ask you what state you'd like to form your business. So we're just going to select Alabama. It'll then show you the filing options for Alabama. We only have one option here, which is $236 to be processed in 2 days. So that is the standard filing fee. After that, let's click on Continue to move on to the next step. Over here, it'll ask you for your company details. First things first is your business name. So we're just going to put in what our business name is going to be. After that, it will ask you whether or not to send copy of lawsuits and legal notices to your attorney. So if you have an attorney, just click on yes, and then it'll ask you for the email address of your attorney. But if not, just select no, and it'll just send the notices directly over to you. Next is the business purpose. You also have an option to use a generic business purpose. Essentially, it'll just put in a generic business purpose for your LLC in Alabama. But if you want to specify that, simply deselect this option and add your business purpose here. Once that's done, you'll then be asked what physical address you want on the record with the state. You could either have the registered agent address of Northwest Registered Agent. Other than that, you also have the option to select your mailing address as the physical address on the record with the state, or you can specify a different address entirely. And after that, you'll also be asked which mailing address you want on the record with the state. Again, you'll be given the option whether to select the registered agent address of Northwest Registered Agent, or your mailing address, or a different address as the mailing address on the record with the state. We'll leave it as it is for now, and then click on Continue to move on to the next step. Now, on the next step here, you'll be asked the management type of your company. There are two options here. One is member managed and the other one is manager managed. Member managed is the most common one. This basically means that the LLC is entirely managed by its members and there's no outside help. As for manager managed, this means that you've hired an outside manager to help run the LLC. So we're going to select member managed here because that is the most common one. And the next step will be just to fill in the information of the members. So for member number one, we're just going to put in the information right here. Okay, so now that we've put in the information of member number one, it'll then ask us what address to record with the state. We could either set, again, the registered agent address of Northwest Registered Agent, or we could specify it as your mailing address or a different address. You also have the option to add another member. If you have more than one member for your LLC, just click on this button right here. If not, we'll click on Continue to move on to the next step. Over here, it'll ask for your contact details to be registered for your LLC. Just put in all your details and information on this form. Now that we've put in our contact details, we have first name, last name, phone number, country, mailing address, city, state, and zip code. Just make sure that everything is accurate. Let's click on Continue to move on to the next one. And now here, you'll be asked to create an account with Northwest Registered Agent. You simply have to put in your email address and create a password. Now that we've put in our email address and created a password, let's now click on Continue to move on to the next step. So over here on the next step of the form, you'll be given an option to own your business identity. So you have the options to get a business website, a business domain name, an email, and phone number registered to your LLC. You can bundle it for 20% discount, or you can get it a la carte. So you have a domain, a website, email, and phone service. So as mentioned here, this is free for the first 90 days. And after that, you're going to have to pay for each of the service at $9 a month each. So we'll leave it as it is for now and click on Continue. Now on the next step here, you'll be asked some optional items. First is whether or not you want a federal tax ID. So that's the federal employer identification number. So if you hire people from within the United States, or if you're operating from within the United States, you would need to have a federal employer identification number. If you would like to have one, it'll ask you if you have a social security number or if you do not have one. If you have a social security number or a U.S. citizen, then this is much more easier and cheaper, $50. If you do not have a social security number, it's $200 because it'll it'll take a lot longer to process. Next is S Corp election with the IRS. So an S Corp is a tax classification by the IRS. You can have Northwest Registered Agent set this up for you so that you will be classified as an S Corp within the IRS. Just select this option right here for $100. You also have a premium mail service. Since Northwest Registered Agent is the registered agent addressed to the state for your LLC, they are legally required to send you all legal notices that will be sent to your LLC. But if you want to have all the mail that is coming to your LLC to be sent to you, you can enable this premium mail service. Northwest Registered Agent will be sending you either the physical copies of the mail or a scanned copy to your email. Next is the trademark service. This basically means that Northwest Registered Agent will help you check for eligibility and file the paperwork needed for trademark applications for your company or business. Next is the trade name. So if you're running a business with a different name, you can enable this option, and Northwest Registered Agent will help you file those paperwork and set that up. So we'll leave it as it is for now and click on continue to move on to the next step. So there you have it. The next step is the payment information. You just have to review the order summary right here, enter your payment information, click done, and then Northwest Registered Agent will start filing your LLC for you so that you will have a LLC registered in Alabama. And there you have it. That's how easy it is to register an LLC in Alabama using Northwest Registered Agent. Again, check out the link in the description below to get all of that just for $39. See you on the next one.